it seated in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And we were looking at this L-tie setup. So again, a lot of things can happen from here. For me, I want to elevate Michael up onto me. So the easiest way to do it was I was making grips behind his triceps. Okay, and I was scooting my hips forward, and from here I was loading him onto me and bringing myself into a ball. So I'm connecting my knees to my elbows. Okay. And last week we were showing this control tab. We had been looking at double unders from here, but this time I have one underhook and my right hand comes over the shoulder and I make this L-tie grip and I bring myself ear to ear from this position here. So my arms are like in an upside down L, my right arm is across his clavicle, and I'm really using this forward pressure to get ear to ear. Okay? And then last time we were just kicking off and looking to get to the back. So from here I never want to be flat on my back to try and get on his back. I want to create an angle. So I'm kicking with my right leg and turning onto my right hip, kicking Michael off this way. Again, just in knee bro. From there, immediately my foot's going on the hip, so I can keep this angle. And then we looked at shrugging this off. That's why this worked even better than the double underhooks to get on the back, because I have a massive lever with this arm. So I just shrug him off here, and when I come up, if he still has the headlock, we were looking at the reverse arm bar. If I got free with my head, I'm locking my harness control, foot comes in the middle, and I've got to tilt them off. I'm on the back, let's do that again. So this L-tie control is very good control. Another way into it was maybe Mike is starting to push to get me flat on my back, because this is the position he wants me in. He wants me flat on my back to pass. So anytime this hand comes with me, I get a 2-on-1. So I grab the wrist, I grab this, I remove it, and I scoot in, just like we did before. I bring him forward. Instead of going for double unders, I get this L-tie position. So when I kick him off to the side, I'm shrugging this arm off. If it stays on my shoulder like this, I'm immediately looking for the reverse arm bar, which we looked at the week before. Or, because it all ties in, if I shrug him off and actually get this over my head, we looked at control on the jugular, control on the hip, then replacing my elbow, because I want to sit up, with my knee. So my knee comes up, I lock harness control, foot goes between the feet, and then I'll tilt it back, and I'm on the back, okay? But sometimes when I go for this, and the person knows I'm going to go on the back, they're going to try and flat me out, which is why we're going to just go back to the hook sweep that we looked at in the first week of this drill. So again, he's starting to push me. I make the grip here, I strip it, I scoop my hips in, which is the detail, and then from here I'm just pulling him on top of me. Bringing my knees towards my chest, I get this L-tie grip, okay? So I have the underhook, and this is right across his clavicle, I'm head to head. So when I kick him off, like this, to try and get on his back and shrug him off, I'm on my right side. Michael knows I'm threatening his back, and he just pushes me back to flat me back again. This is what I want. Okay? That's just what he wants. Because I can't get on his back if I'm flat on my back. So again, if I have that angle, and I'm here, the second he starts to flatten me back, I'm going to turn my hip. So I'm moving from my right hip onto my left, and I'm coming all the way up into my position. And because of this L-tie position, perfect to set my head and arm triangle again, or go for that wrist lock, which we've already looked at. So again, from here, I have the grip. I'm just walking this across. I like to walk it as far as I can. And there it is, there's his wrist. I just grab his knocking knuckles. Alright, and from there, my shoulder is stopping his elbow. I can push in to get the top. Again, one more time. So the goal stays the same. Possibly, I could be looking for the arm drag. Maybe I'm pushing at his knees here, okay? And he'll start to, when I start to try and break his base, yes, his hand comes to my knees. So the second I start to go for the arm drag, by kicking this out and pushing, he makes a frame here. So now I'm just back to where I was again. So I get this 2-on-1, I scoop my butt in, I bring him towards me, and I get my lap L-tie position again. So I kick him off to the side to try and take us back. The second, see the way I'm on my right hip? I never want to be flat on my back. The second he tries to push me back, I immediately turn on my left hip watch what my left leg's doing. It's posted on the mat. And now I do that solo drill coming up, okay, into my head and arm position. Again, my right hand grabs under the armpit. I can walk this forward to look for the wrist lock, or if I'm more into head and arm triangles, I'll just smear this across and drop my head behind. Again, when you're drilling, I think a good way is to try and finish it with one hand, because it means I'm specific with the snugness of my arm. I want my right bicep cutting off his left jugular. So this right hand has got to be super, super deep. Dropping my head down, so my shoulder is driving his right shoulder into his right jugular. And from that position, I'm just going to turn the corner. This is what I want. Obviously, if I go hand to hand, I'm going to give it a wee bit more juice. So, one more time. But the sweep is the important part. So again, anytime he's pushing on me, I get the grip, the 2-on-1, I scoot my butt in, I bring him towards me, pull his weight onto me, and then I lock this L-type position here. This is what I want. But when I kick him back, I don't want to be flat on my back. I'm cutting that angle and I'm looking to get on his back. The second he drives me back, I use that foot. So it's not just rolling the guy this way, I'm actually doing that solo drill, which lifts my hips higher than his. And if I can get my hips higher than his from this position, I'm on top. So we ended up here. Again, options for the arm bar, options to take the back, options for the head and arm triangle, or the wrist lock I think is a good option. So I keep my grip tight, I walk it as far as it'll go, and there it is, it's just waiting. I've already blocked off this elbow, so my hand will snag his knuckles. Even if he's making a fist, doesn't really matter. Sometimes people to defend the wrist lock will just make fists like this. So if I pull it this way and he's going and he's resisting by bending it the other way, I just kind of take it that way. And then I'm in. Okay, so that's our hooker sweep from the L type. Let's drill for 5 guys, yeah.